Hi guys, Rachel here with the Cackling Moon. I am here for a deck reveal video. I'm going to be putting out a couple of these that are all grouped in with the same company. So I teamed up with a company called Brigh, and they actually have a couple decks that were created with different artists that they are, that they sell, and you can buy them for pretty decent prices on Amazon. So I wanted to show you guys the decks, and we're going to start off with my favorite, the Rider-Waite. You guys know I love Rider-Waite, any kind of Rider-Waite deck. And so I'm going to show you guys the two that are Rider-Waite tarot decks and see if you guys like them. And if you're interested, I will be linking them in my description box so you can go check them out, purchase them off of Amazon if you would like. And yeah, so let's just get started. I did a video a while back, which I'll also link it as well, where I was showing you the original tarot. This one's called the Original Tarot deck of 78 cards. This one is the English version, but I also have a Spanish version that I'm going to be showing you guys today. And I'm also going to be showing you guys the Lustrous Tarot. These are all, like I said, these are all created under the company Brigh. So I will link that all for you so you can get the decks if you're interested. But basically I'll show you, it's the same deck, the Original Tarot 78 deck of 78 cards. It's the same deck. This one I will, like I said, I'll link the video. It's in English. The only difference is this one's in Spanish, and I think the backs might be different, but let me check. I want to make sure. I'm also going to move the camera over so you guys can see the table better. Oh no, they're the same. They're the same. But they're Rider-Waite decks. It's just the coloring is a little bit different, and the cardstock might be a little bit different. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. But yeah, and then the other one I'm going to show you guys is the Lustrous Tarot, and this one is also Rider-Waite, and it's just really pretty. So enough of me. Let's go to the table and let me show you guys these decks up close and personal so you can see, because I don't know about you guys, but when I'm shopping for a tarot deck, I like to look on YouTube to see if there's any deck reveal videos where I could see the cards being held by hands that are, I could see how large the cards are to my hands, or the colors and the backs and how they shuffle. So we're going to get deep up close and personal with these cards so you guys can see if they're a good fit for you. Okay, you guys, so here we are with our little table of goodies. Like I said, check the link in the description box if you would like to see a full-blown side-by-side, or not a side-by-side, but a full-blown reveal of the Original Tarot. The English version, it's the same thing as what I'm about to show you with it's just in Spanish. So that's the only difference. But I wanted to kind of have that here just for looks. But what we're going to look at is El Tarot Original. It's the same thing, 78 cards. And like I said, these are from Brigh. So you can go see Brigh.com. They'll have the decks listed there, but I will also link to the Amazon, and I'll put all the information in the description box. So if you guys want to purchase the specific deck I'm showing you, it'll be there for you guys. Okay. So the English version and the Spanish version are the same. I just had a look-see through them. So this is the English on the right, the Spanish is on the left, and the card backs are pretty much the same. The size is the same as well. So that's just in case you were wondering, the cards, whoops. Let me just turn it this way. There we go. They're beautiful cards, you guys. That was one thing that I was talking about in my other review. The quality of these cards is gorgeous. So, as from what you could see, pretty much the same imagery, the colors, everything is pretty much the same. I would only say maybe now looking at it from a side by side, the skin tone in the Spanish version is a little bit darker. Whoops, but I would have to literally go card by card to see if that's like a consistent change. And I'm not going to go card by card, but that's just to give you guys an idea. They have a linen finish, so that's another thing about these cards. You could see the linen finish. It's gorgeous cardstock. So they both are like that, in case you guys were wondering. So the English version is just like that. I'm going to push this guy off to the side because I don't want to confuse you. But we have here the Spanish version. And it's really, really pretty coloring. The line work on this deck is perfect. You get like these gorgeous black lines. Everything is just clear. You can't see really, like, I mean, you could see like the details of the face. You could see the detail in the bag of the Fool. And I mean, I don't know. I really like the way the deck is done. I love the English version. So the Spanish, seeing it in the Spanish, it's exactly the same. It's gorgeous, and you could just see the quality of it. Perfect. So you get a lot of details that some of the other Rider-Waite decks, you don't get to see so much detail because the line work is just so blurry. So that's like a really plus, a plus for this particular deck. It's just beautiful. Another thing that I really like is the colors are not like super, super bright and like in your face. So the reds, you could see it's more of like a tomato red. They're kind of toned down a little bit. It's just not bright and in your face. The blues can be kind of bright, but they're not like offensively blue, you know? Look at the gorgeous, like you could see the tones in the mountain. You could see just all of the little details. It's just beautiful. I love how, like, so this is a busy card. And when I say busy, I just mean there's a lot going on in this photo. You have just, you could see like the designs of the skirt. You could see the moon faces. You could see the stars. I mean, there's so much detail that normally you couldn't catch in some of other Rider-Waite decks that I've seen. But in this one particular, you can catch it. I love the different tones of oranges in the lion. It just kind of adds depth to it. It's just really gorgeous. I love that linen finish. So see what I mean? Like the blues and the yellows. Like when you look at the yellow in the Fool too, it's just, it's a really nice, it's kind of like a, it's like a lemon, like a, it's a yellow, okay? It's a true yellow. It's not freaking bright or, or too dark. It's perfect. So I really, really, really appreciate that. Here's another busy card. But you see, you could see the details, like you see the little ship in the back. You could see the clothing, the face of the deceased individual. Just so much detail. Like I never even noticed this, the skull and crossbone on the horse. So sometimes you'll catch details that you didn't notice before. And that is simply because the line work is just so gorgeous. And I love the colors in the wings. So yeah, you guys, if you're looking for a real clean Rider-Waite deck, and if you're looking for it in Spanish, this is a really good one to get. It's gorgeous. And the moon. And another thing too, when you look at the regular Rider-Waite, like a standard Rider-Waite, there's like usually a little squiggle line. That was a mistake when Pamela did the sun. They actually removed it. So I just noticed that right now. So they cleaned it up a little bit. So for those of you guys who always found that to be a bit bothersome, it's gone. This deck doesn't have it. Beautiful. And these are the backs, in case you were wondering. I'm not going to go entirely through the entire deck, but I just wanted you to see a little bit of the minor arcana. Just how clean it looks. I love the way the colors just, they all fit. It's very warm. Look at the detail of this, even in the ground. They're very warm colors. I apologize too for the little sunlight pieces. It's from my window and I tried to fix it, but beautiful, beautiful. This is usually a card that gets lost. The imagery, like it's you have to see a different Rider-Waite, but this one has completely detail, like even down to the clothes. You just catch things that you normally wouldn't catch with this image, so I love it. Beautiful line work. And the coloring too. Even her dress, all the little details. It's gorgeous. Here's another busy card. I love that. Here's one where you can see the details. You can see the details in the blanket. You could see the details in the people in the bed. Just stuff you wouldn't notice before. So this deck, you guys, perfect for beginners, perfect for people who love Rider-Waite and you just want to add, you know, another clone deck to your collection. That's what I like to look for. So I do recommend this one. This one in particular is in Spanish, but like I said, they also have an English one for those of you guys who prefer the English version. And it's the same thing. Check out that video. It's the same thing. The coloring, everything, gorgeous, just beautiful. Okay, so that is the tarot, the original tarot deck of 78 cards. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to read this like through the camera. But yes, gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Absolutely love it. Okay, now let me show you guys the other one. Oh, and I'm sorry, before I forget, it also comes with a guidebook. So you get like a nice, pretty nice size little guidebook. It's full color and it's all in Spanish. I don't personally speak Spanish fluently. I know one or two things and that's it. But The English one is here, so the English deck also has it. It's a really nice little guidebook. Way better than those little white booklets that you get in most decks, right? This is actually pretty nice. And you get some spreads too. So let's see if this one has it too. I believe it does. Yes. So it has a tarot spread that you can practice with. And it also has practice readings, examples of readings. So really, really good deck for beginners or people who just love Rider-Waite and you're just looking to have, you know, something else to your collection. Now let's talk about the Lustrous Tarot. So I was originally not going to review this one only because the person I've been working with mentioned that there's an error in the deck, which I will show you guys, but they're supposed to be reprinting. So I'll have to put that information in the description box once I find out if it has been done. But I wanted to mention it because in case you were to order this one, I want to make sure that, you know, you're aware. So the Lustrous Tarot, it is also Rider-Waite. This one is in English. So you get a nice little tuck box. And you also get a little booklet based on the pictorial key to the tarot by Arthur Edward Waite, compiled by Brian Wenger. So again, a full color book. Love it. And the minors as well. And spreads. I love when little guidebooks come with tarot spreads because when you're a tarot beginner, it's so fun to try out the spreads, and it also kind of helps you test out the cards. So totally love that they do that. And example readings. So if you're completely new to the tarot, you get some example readings to look at. Now, I love the backs to this deck. Gorgeous. Really, really pretty. Basic white edges. And look at this. Let's look up close. Look at how gorgeous the colors are. So very different from the original. Let me pull out the full from the other one that they did. So this one is more like your typical Rider-Waite. Obviously, the faces and everything is more I guess that's, I'm assuming digitized. I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but you guys see what I mean, the face. So it's different. But look at the coloring and the details. I really like it. So if you're looking for something completely different, this one might taste your fancy, tickle your fancy. Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. The Magician. Let me just pull out the majors so that I can hold the cards. I love Rider-Waite clones, you guys. The Empress. The Emperor. So it's pretty much the same. It's just the faces and, you know. Oh, and the cardstock. Sorry, guys. I got a phone call, so it kind of messed up the video. But what I was going to say was the cardstock. The cardstock is different. So this one is not linen finish, as you can see. It's not glossy, but, you know, so the sunlight is literally on it. So it's not glossy, but it's not that linen finish like the other deck. Okay. Look at the colors in this deck. My goodness, they're so beautiful. Nice and bright and juicy. I love it. I like how the Chariot, he's got brown hair instead of blonde hair. I really like this one. I love the Death card. So many details. Look at the wings on that Temperance. Freaking gorgeous. The Devil. I don't know, you guys. I'm really liking this. I really, really like it. Like, this would be easy to work with in readings. It's Rider-Waite. Love it. Oh, everyone loves the Moon card. I just like that it's pretty much the same thing. Everything about it is the same as the Rider-Waite. So that's the major arcana. Now the minors, same thing, full illustrations. But I'm going to show you guys the little mistake in here. And I believe it's one of the court cards. Look at that. Look at this Eight of Swords. Look at how gorgeous. You just get the feel of the mood too. The colors that they decided to use for these like more somber cards are, you just really get that dark mood, you know, versus like something a little bit more cheery like the Cups. Let me see it. No, it's not that one. The Cup suits, it's just a little bit brighter, you know. Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. But I want to find, so we have the Queen of Swords, King of Swords. It's one of these court cards. Look at that. 10 of Cups. Oh, here it is. So the only mistake, and they are aware of it. So they're supposed to reprint this card. The page of, it's not Wands, it's actually a Page of Cups. So that is the only error that is, you know, with this deck. So if you wanted to purchase this deck, I need to find out first if they're going to do that, you know, fix this. But I wanted you guys to know that that's an error. So if that makes or breaks the thing for you, like for me, I could still read with this and this isn't going to bother me, because half the time I don't pay attention to the titles. I see the image and I know that's a Page of Cups. But for other people, that could be a deal breaker. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So you guys are aware, but this is the Lustrous Tarot. It's so yummy. I really, really like it. And let's do a shuffle test on this one. So I have not shuffled these cards. Oh yeah. And I'm one of those riffle shufflers, so I totally shuffle it pretty easy. The size of the cards are, I would say they're pretty close to a standard size, maybe a little bit bigger. I don't believe I have a standard tarot around me. The Spanish one, let's see how the Spanish one shuffles. Super easy. The cards will bend. I mean, if you're a riffle shuffler, we all know. We all know we're a little bit rougher on our cards than people who might do an overhand shuffle, you know. So I always say if your cards start to warp, like I just shuffled this one and, you know, they may start to warp after a while, shuffle the opposite. So if you're always shuffling with the backs up, then turn them over and shuffle with the faces up, and that'll kind of help to put them back into their usual state. But to me, like, that's not a deal breaker for me. So I would say the cardstock is really, really nice. I think I prefer the linen cardstock over the, like this one. It's just kind of like your basic tarot card. I prefer the linen. I feel like it just feels better. But as far as like the deck itself, it's gorgeous, both of them. Nice and chunky. So the cardstock itself is, it's not paper thin, but it's not super thick either. It literally feels like your standard tarot deck, right? So I love them. And if you guys love them too, or if you're curious and you want to check them out and get yourself a copy, I will put all of that information in the description box, and you guys can get yourself a copy of these beautiful decks. And yeah, I'm really excited to have been able to show you guys, and happy hunting for tarot cards. They're beautiful, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, my loves.